Welcome to Gray Overload. I'm Anthony, and Microsoft is going to have more resources available for UWP Games. Let's dive in. With more resources in the UWP Games on Xbox One, it now seems like Microsoft's finally putting their foot behind that UWP game platform here. We have it for apps, and we still have that for apps, but the games, as Microsoft calls it, was original UWP games were lightweight, so there were some restrictions on there on the Xbox side of things, according to this blog post that Microsoft put out that focused it on the Xbox One update. So it looks like the PC already had these in place, but what the restrictions were that you had to have 4 shared cores, so the cores were shared, they weren't even exclusive, 1 gig of RAM, and 50% access to that direct 3 D11 API of the GPU. So only 50% of the GPU if you're using that API. Then now what is great is that they've in this fall update that they're going to send out here is that they're going to have 6 exclusive cores, 5 gigs of RAM, and full access to the GPU. Now there is one caveat there, is that you need to be using the direct 3 D12 API as well. So like I said, the games were lightweight before. This allows developers to go back through if they want and then increase, maybe some things that they wanted in there as well for that game. So that's pretty cool as well for games that already are in that UWP platform. Another really interesting thing is that developers, and I do development, but I don't do game development, but developers always want to try to be able to get it to run everywhere as much as possible, right? There's different platforms, etc. And this is going to basically enable a lot of that Xbox One, run anywhere scenario, where you just run it on your computer, run it on your Xbox, and it's basically going to be easier, especially with these exclusive cores and resources, right, that you have now, that you're going to be able to do that. And let's say you want to play a game on the sofa, play a game on your computer, back and forth, you have the option for that. And developer it's going to be easier for them to develop in those both scenarios because they know what resources they have and they're not limited to it. So you kind of get a better full-featured game, maybe a game that more the developer intended to have, rather than something that they had to work with what the limited resources they had. So I like that this move. It's going to help consumers out, especially if more games come to that universal platform where I can play it on both, right? Let's say I'm on the sofa, I have a friend over or something, and want to play it on the sofa, right? Or we want to sit and play on the sofa, right? Or if I want to be back here by my computer, I just want to play on my computer. I can. I don't have to go and always play on one. I think that's a great option to have as a consumer for games. One little thing that Microsoft did put out is that they said that Fallout Shelter with Bethesda is going to be in this and coming out this fall using this UWP platform with more resources, as well as games in ID at Xbox program, and Xbox Live Creators program will also have the expanded resources and be able to games coming out, and then we'll have the expanded resources. So I think that this is a great opportunity for them as well to maybe get them in that game that they really wanted to have and make, and so it's well worthwhile for the consumer, because if the game's better and more visual and I'm more into it, I want to play it more. And as games seem to not be coming down in price, they seem to be going up in price, with DLCs getting more expensive, especially if you want those on top of the game the original game price, I should say. It gets expensive, and this could be one way to maybe help sell more games if it's on both platforms, so you don't have to buy it on both PC or Xbox if you're one of those gamers that do both. But it's kind of interesting on where it's going, and then maybe games are better tested, etc. So I'm really excited to see where this is going and how Microsoft maybe goes through and works harder on UWP in other sections, so it's more attractive for developers, and developers really want to grab a hold of it then as that moves forward. So I do want to thank you for watching. Thank you for taking the time to help this channel grow and watch the videos. Thanks for watching Gray Overload. If you like this content, be sure to subscribe.